Hey Flower Tribe, it's Kelly Lehman from Cranberry Fields Flower Farm, and today I want to give you some really easy, simple tips on how I get a natural look for my Christmas decorations. So I love to bring the beauty of nature inside my home, and I want to show you some of the simple steps that I do to get that look. So let's get started. I wanted to share my Christmas tree with you guys. So this is a faux tree. I think we bought it about 10 years ago. When the kids were younger, we used to always get the live tree. You know, we'd spend the day at the Christmas tree farm and all that jazz. But then one year I got poison ivy that was growing inside the tree, and I'm severely allergic. So that was kind of it for me. So this is a faux tree, and I guess one of the good points about it is that I don't have the needles that are falling to the ground when it dries out, but I have to say there is nothing like a fresh tree in the house. So we enjoyed it while we had them, but so this is what the faux tree looks like. And this is some of the things that I love about this tree, where it kind of brings nature inside. So first off, I've got a 4-leaf clover that I found on the farm years ago, and I just laminated it and put it in like a little frame. I think the frame was from like Michael's, like a $3 frame, and it's just one of my favorite ornaments. And then this is a seashell. So we had a seashell when we were on vacation one year from LBI. And I have to say, the majority of the Christmas ornaments that I have on here are either ornaments that we've gotten from vacations, or, you know, like things that have our names on them, or they're like family pictures. So a lot of them are pictures or memories that we've had from places that we've traveled to. I think this one says Boca Raton, and this one's, you know, the Eiffel Tower. So as I'm unpacking these Christmas ornaments each year, it's bringing me back to like a snapshot in time. And some other natural things here. I love putting like birds in trees, and I have a couple cardinals floating around in here, but I think they're really high up on the tree, like just the faux little cardinals, but this is a peacock. So just little, you know, creatures from nature are popping in and out of the tree. And then of course we've got a picture of Lucy. This is Lucy's first Christmas. It's when she was a little pup. And one of my other favorite ornaments, and this isn't like really something that's from nature, but it is one of my absolute favorites. These are baby shoes from my son Ryan. So this is what his little baby shoes looked like. We used to call him RJ. And I put the year down. So if you've got little ones or grandchildren, do yourself a favor and save some of their little baby booties and hang them on your tree each year. It will bring you such joy. Like, I'm so happy whenever I unpack that. It's just unbelievable. And then these are just, I'll show you like just some of the other ornaments that we have on here. Here's just like the 3 wise men. It's always good to keep in mind the reason for the season. And I'm trying to think of some other natural stuff here. I like to put a lot of like faux flowers inside my tree just to bring that natural beauty out. This is like all little mini faux roses. And once again, just some mini roses here on this fan. And yeah, anything natural I love. I feel like people just feel very good when they're surrounded by nature. So those are some of the natural things that I have on the Christmas tree. And now let me take you to another spot in the house. Oh, before I leave this Christmas tree, I just want to show you a really quick Christmas time-saving power tip. And I actually made you guys a whole series of videos. It's in my Retrieve library, and it's actually like a flower course or a decorating course on how I decorate for the holiday season. And one of the best tips that I have in that flower course, and I'll put that in links below, my Retrieve library. But instead of like gift wrapping every year, I wind up putting beautiful gift boxes out, and then I use them to pack up all of the gifts. And my mother used to do that like a million years ago. She was a woman way ahead of her time. And they're just beautiful, beautiful boxes, but it looks really beautiful to have these empty boxes, you know, all season long. So as soon as I put up the tree, I've got these beautiful Christmas boxes all around it. And then I use them, you know, to pack up everybody's gifts. And then at the end of the season, what I'll do is I will put all the ornaments from the trees inside the boxes and then pack them up. So it's kind of like, you know, like 3 different purposes. Oh, here's just a picture of my besties. These are my girls that I've been best friends with since kindergarten and middle school. So like I said, I've got pictures of all the family all over the tree, pictures of my girlfriends. Here's my son Jack when he was little. So just some fun stuff. And then here's just more of those beautiful Christmas boxes that have all dual purposes. Okay, I'm gonna take you to another part of my house right now, and I wanna show you another favorite thing that I have that brings the outdoors inside. So this is my kitchen area where we eat, and I've made a load of videos here. So this is usually my backdrop here, this tapestry, this rose tapestry. But what we did was we had some faux stone put on the wall back here when we built the house many, many years ago. And so, you know, it kind of feels like you're outside because there's all this stone. And then we put these faux trees here, and they have the twinkle lights on them. So even when it's not Christmas time, I always like these whenever we have, you know, like friends over and family. And it just kind of makes you feel like you're outside in like someone's backyard or like a beautiful, like little, you know, like setting where you feel like you're more outside than inside. And I think the roses on this tapestry kind of help you feel that way. And the little twinkle lights, and so it's kind of like just a whole little feel. But the faux stone, I love that inside the house. And then we had like just some faux painting done here. When the painters came, we just chose like a green color. So once again, you've got kind of like those green accents against the brown stone and the twinkle lights, and you kind of feel like you're outside when you're eating dinner. And then that takes me over to my fireplace, and my fireplace is also stone. And so you've got, once again, that stone feel. I've got some poinsettias on either side of the fireplace, and I used to use real poinsettias, but they got dried out too quickly, so I wound up switching over to the faux. And so this is what these guys look like. I just make sure that I dust them off, and I really, you know, fluff them out each year and kind of bend them and twist them so that they look real. Like sometimes if you just take them out of the box every year and you don't kind of futz with them and don't straighten them out, they look phony. But these guys look pretty real. I've had them probably for about 10 or 15 years. So that's the story with this little section of the house here. And then I've got the Santa. I like to buy like some really beautiful pieces for decorating, like maybe like 5 or 6 like gorgeous pieces. Like this one is one of my favorites. This is also like maybe about 15, 16 years old. And instead of buying like tons and tons of little tchotchkes to decorate, I'll get like 5 or 6 huge pieces, and they'll last me for years and years and years, and they just make a big impact. So that's my little, you know, Santa impact here. And guys, just a quick tip about your poinsettias. If you do have a live poinsettia, I made you a couple videos on keeping them alive longer. They are arid plants. They come from like an arid region. So they do like the dry weather. They don't like to have too much water on them. So it was a little bit too much heat here for my live ones because they were by the fireplace. But if you have a live one, make sure that you only water them when the soil gets dry, because people tend to overwater them. And what happens is they start to get like kind of, the leaves get kind of shriveled up, and it looks like they need water, but they're really being overwatered, and sometimes they die quicker because you overwater them. So, I mean, your poinsettias could really last you all throughout the summer into next year, and we've done that here. So don't overwater your poinsettias. Let me bring you to another part of my house over here. So we've got, once again, like that twinkle light look here with these faux trees. But instead of putting them out on my stoop, which I do have 2 out on my stoop, I brought them inside also. So when you're coming into like our foyer, you're greeted by what looks like, you know, like live trees with some lights on them, but they're really faux, but it gives you that outdoor natural nature look. And then our doors are wood. So once again, you kind of have that like woodsy, natural look. So that's this over here. I'll show you these pots here. Once again, I bought these guys. I think I bought them at Target like 17 years ago. But once again, like, you know, just gorgeous, you know, like good quality pieces. And then I just use them year after year instead of having like a million little tiny tchotchkes. It's like 1 or 2 bulky, you know, chunky quality pieces. And it just really, you know, makes the room look like Christmas. And then I'm just going to back up and show you another example of that here. Santa. So I bought Santa at Home Depot literally 25 years ago. And at the time it was like, oh my God, do we want to spend the money? I think he was like, I don't know, like back then, I think he was like $120. And we were kind of hemming and hawing, like, oh, it's so much money. And at the end of the day, we wound up buying it. And Santa is here. He's been here for like the last 20 years. So I consider this almost like an investment decoration piece. He was well worth it. And when I take him out of the box each year, the same thing. I don't just take him out and leave him here. I make sure that I brush and comb his beard. I fluff him up. You know, I make sure that, you know, I work with all the bows here. I make sure they're not all crinkly. We fluff everything out. You know, sometimes I'll even take a blow dryer and just blow dry everything so that it doesn't have all like the stuff that kind of settled on it when it was in storage. And then I'll brush his coat, and then he looks good as new. So that's the Santa. And then we've got, you know, like the garland going up. And so the garland that I bought was inexpensive because it wasn't decorated. It was just the green, you know, just the green faux pieces with some of the lighting. And then we added, you know, bows from the dollar store and, you know, little pine cones that are fake and some of these faux berries. And so we made it into a more elaborate decorative piece instead of just the greens, and we did it, you know, it was almost like decorating on a budget type thing. I think we might have gotten some of these at the dollar store and, you know, on sale at the end of the season, and then we just decorated it and saved it, and we just bring it out year after year. So that's what the garland looks like. And let me take you to another section here. You can tell we also did that stone wall inside the house here. So once again, you kind of feel like you're outside. My little Charlie Brown Christmas tree. And then this is kind of like our pool room here. And then you can tell that fireplace that I showed you before is double-sided, so it goes into this family room too. And then we've got just some more like wreaths up here. Once again, that lovely green nature. Nature. Almost feels like you're in a garden here, like a little garden. Stone wall here looks like. And then I've got some peacock feathers over here. Instead of fake flowers, I've just got some fake peacock feathers. And I wanted to show you this look here. It's almost like a wrought iron gate. Well, it is a wrought iron gate, but it reminds me of a garden gate. And so we put that between these two rooms. So it's, you know, the wrought iron gate. And then I just draped over this, you know, like a little blanket, like a little shawl. And it's got some suede or like fuzzy roses on it. And so once again, it just gives me that feel that I'm in a garden, even though I'm inside. And it's just something that's unique. And then what else can I show you? Let me show you, there's the fireplace here. Once again, that's stone. And once again, one of those chunky pieces. I bought this rocking horse, this Christmas rocking horse in like Wegmans food store 20 years ago. Once again, you know, I think it was like maybe $75, and it's also about 20 years old. But like, that's all I need to kind of make this section of the room Christmassy, because it's like got that fun, whimsical, you know, toy look, and it comes out year after year. And then I've got, you know, like once again, like one of these just pictures that bring the nature inside of just, you know, these beautiful trees going down a pathway. So you kind of feel like, you know, you bring the outdoors inside to decorate. This is what our family room looks like. Once again, I've got some chunky pieces, just some Santa pillows that give it that Christmas feel. I think I got those at Michael's a long time ago. Here's what the mantelpiece looks like in this room. I usually make a fresh mantelpiece out of like fresh pines, but this year we were traveling a bit, so I always have like a little fallback faux one for the years that we run out of time, so I cheated. This is just like a faux, you know, like one of those, like a cheaper, it's just swag. And then once again, we just added some of these pine cones and some of these faux berries and some ribbon. But this I love. I take this out every year. These are pictures of the family from Christmases past. So this is my crew, my 4 kids, and Lucy, and Sheldon. Lucy was a puppy. That was the first year we got her. And then this is the kids by the barn. But yeah, these are the loves of my life. And then here's the crew here too. These are all like past Christmas cards actually. And then of course Lucy. But it's just fun unpacking them every year because these pieces aren't usually out on my mantelpiece. And then I forget where I got this, but it has our names, like Santa holding our names. So once again, just a couple chunky pieces, you know, to dress up each room. And then a little nutcracker with some ornaments. Lucy's here in tow, of course. This is where Lucy sleeps at night. And this is one of my favorite pieces that brings nature indoors. So these are some deer that are made out of like, I guess it's like bark. It almost looks like some sort of a tree bark. I think I got them in Kohl's couple years ago. I think they were 40% off at the end of the season. I love them. They're nice and fuzzy and fluffy and natural and very unique. And then I bought the little babies to go with it. And this mirror is an antique mirror. I think it was Sheldon's grandmother's. And then we had some just like log pieces that we trimmed, or I should say Sheldon, used the chainsaw. And I've got like a whole bunch of these little log pieces here to bring that natural beauty inside. And then I got a Believe sign, I think from like Michael's. I think I got that a while ago. And so this is the little setup here. But once again, it just, it's just one way that I wound up bringing the natural beauty of nature inside the house. So guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video, and please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check us out on my Cranberry Fields Instagram page. And please feel free to hop on over to my Kelly Lehman's Flower Tribe Facebook group, because there's thousands of gardeners from all over the world, and they're asking and answering loads of garden questions over there each week. So have a blessed new year, and I hope to see you guys soon.